James, what did you see from Mitch? What stood out to you about the success you guys had and why you had the success?
It was pretty nice, like how he came in and like how he didn't have any practice reps with the starters, and he just came in and operated the offense. I mean, I always think I'm always impressed by people who can do that, because personally, me, like I'm someone who needs to be able to practice, and just them able to like come in the game without any reps and be able to do that is very impressive.
As a line, do you approach it like you will be the starter? How do you kind of go forward this week?
No, I mean, I don't know, that's more of a coach's question, but no matter who at quarterback is, like, we didn't change. Like, we weren't blocking any different, or like a couple weeks ago when Kenny went, like, we didn't change. So, no, I mean, I wouldn't say it really matters who's at the quarterback.
James, was there much discussion before that last possession about running the clock out, or is that just assumed that everybody knows that's the goal there?
Yeah, it was discussed. I mean, you can never assume anything. I mean, I think there was like 5 minutes left, or like 4:30, something like that.
4:38.
And so we know, we know that's 4-minute offense, and like being able to end the game with the ball in our hands is very hard to do, but that's how you win games. And so we're able to convert a couple third downs in that drive to be able to do that.
Do you think you were going to be able to run it out there?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone would go on the field and saying, I just want 4 plays and we're going to punt, leave it back to our defense.
No, but I mean, as opposed to convert 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 15.
Oh yeah, I
You
mean,
ended up passing for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, of course, you do want to pass the ball in like 3rd and long, even if it isn't 4 minute. Like, you still want to extend the drive, and I feel like passing on 3rd and long is a lot easier to extend the drive than on a run play.
I mean, was the goal just run, establish the running game right there, pound Najee?
Yeah, 4 minutes. Yeah, that's the goal, is to run out the clock, and that's the easiest way to do it. So you don't have to worry about like incomplete passes, or like receiver catching the ball on the sideline, having it get pushed out so it stops the clock. So it is, yes, I mean, that is the goal, and like 4-minute offense is to run the football.
You said about being impressed when a guy comes in and doesn't have first team snaps. I mean, that was kind of Kenny the whole first 3 weeks. Was that impressive then, what he was able to do?
Yeah, I said that like a couple weeks ago. I was impressed by Kenny, how he was able to do it. I mean, that's, especially as a young quarterback and you're a rookie, to do that. I mean, that is very impressive for him to do that.
James, when you look at this Miami front four, what stands out about their group and what they can do?
They're really good. I watched the past 2 or 3 games, and I mean, they've been beating up on offense lines the past 3 games, and I mean, they haven't been winning, but like their front has been getting after the quarterback. They've been stopping the run. For example, last week, Dalvin Cook had 15 carries for like 20 yards. Then on his like 16th or 17th carry, he has a 60-yard touchdown. So he goes from like a yard a carry to 5 yards a carry in 1 run. So, I mean, they've been really good at like stopping the run. They've been really good at getting after the quarterback.
I think we first have to, Mink's just a great guy. When we first got here, he was pretty quiet, but you just understand how smart he is, how much of a football player he is, just loves football, and understand that he's a very valuable piece to our team.
Cam, what do you see when you look at they got 3 running backs really that can do stuff. What do you see from there running it?
Speed, and speed. I think their team is just all over the place and can fly, and we have to make sure we get around, and we got to get to the ball, because it's not just going to be one guy getting to the ball, and it's going to be tough. They do a great job of providing a lot of window dressing, and they got their jet sweeps. They got plays down the field. You really got to make sure with that back end with the running backs, you get multiple guys.
Cam, it's not often you see left-handed quarterbacks anymore. It's pretty rare nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything change from a pass rushing or defensive standpoint when you face a lefty?
On the right side, we're more in the eyes of the quarterback. So we got to get used to that. But we have to make sure we're more available, and then we have to strip the ball from the left side. So that's really what applies. I don't really know in the back end how it's looked, but up front, that's how we're taking it.
Cam, was the game the best for the D-line or maybe the front since Cincinnati? And what was the key to the effectiveness against Tampa?
I take it one game at a time. I can't really compare one to the other because there's some things we did wrong, some things we did right. I think the things that were successful, we didn't let the runners, for the most part, go north to south and get started. But getting off blocks, making sure we got multiple hats to the tackle, and we just have to keep applying it to each game.
Is it sustainable?
Hopefully. It's about what we preach and about what we do, but it's not a one-man job. It's a front job.
Cam, it seemed like even though maybe the sack total wasn't astronomical or anything, you did a good job harassing Brady, make him feel uncomfortable, take away the passing windows, things of that nature. Tua's not built the same way as Brady or anything, but especially with your guys' ability to get your hands up in the passing lane, is that something you still try to do because maybe you can affect him being a slightly shorter quarterback?
But he's throwing downfield for the most part. He's got some really explosive receivers where if he does take a chance, we got to make sure we affect the pass in some way, whether it's pressure up the middle, pressure outside, getting your hands up. It's a multitude of things. The thing last week with Brady was just a quick release. I think him and Ben were always very quick when it came to getting the ball out. You got to make sure that we keep stressing the keys to success by different quarterbacks. Sometimes you'll have a quarterback who plays more mobility. You start worrying about more keeping him in the pocket, making sure he doesn't find those open lanes. But with a guy like Brady, it's quick disruption and then getting up your hands.
Cam, I know he doesn't coach your position group, but what's your interactions been like with Flo since he got here? And what does he?
I don't talk to Flo at all. No, I'm just kidding. Me and I just ask Flo just about what he sees. He's a DC. Other places he's been a head coach. He's just a brilliant mind when it comes to stunts, fronts. He sees things differently, and just asking him and asking what he sees, how we can get better. Those are things I'm doing every week.
I know that he's not necessarily going to talk about what going back to Miami means to him, but how much are you guys on the defense just aware of what this game could mean to him and everything that kind of he went through in Miami?
We love Flo here, but at the end of the day, we're just desperate for a win. I think everybody in this locker room is just more focused on just trying to get a W. We're not worried about farewells or homecomings or anything. We're worried about just trying to get a W to push towards 500.
Cam, do you do anything differently with a left-handed quarterback?
No.
Cam, are you more aware of what officials might call in a game like this, because there's probably going to be more attention on Tua and coming off concussions and all that?
I'm honestly not even thinking about that. If they cleared him, he's full go. I'm not looking for the refs to call a different game. I think we're not. I don't think anybody's looking for a different game. We had a quarterback who has a concussion too. So for the most part, I think you want to affect the quarterback. You want to make sure you sack the quarterback, but you're not thinking about, I'm trying to hit this guy with the head or play extra physical.
Last week you had a good game. You got on the stat sheet there with the sack. You think your game is kind of, rounded into shape, and does that have something to do with learning the defense more, getting more comfortable here in town?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a few things. You know what I mean? Coming to a new place, new situation. I feel like it takes a little while to, get it all down. Like even the first few weeks, you're not gonna have the whole defense down. You know what I'm saying? You learning things from game to game, teams you playing against, and stuff like that. But I feel very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Right now, and excited with where we are as a team, you know what I mean, and getting our footing up under us, getting that, that win last week, but we know that we got to come ready to play each and every week.
After that sack, you had a pretty big reaction. Was that kind of like a weight lifted off your shoulder personally?
I just think Brady, coming to the league, that was somebody that I said I always, wanted to get. And so, man, having the opportunity to get that, you know what I'm saying, with this being his, 22nd season or whatever it may be, because we don't know where he's going to end it. But being able to get to him, that was a huge thing for me personally, and so that's why you got the reaction.
As a linebacker and defensive player, obviously you've been working with Coach Flores. He's going back to Miami. Have you guys thought about that? Does that factor in? Is that obviously he has a past there?
Personally, it's not something that, is a big emphasis in terms of, our preparation and things like that. But we know it's going to be, huge for him being able to go back there somewhere he's been for a long time. And, man, we got to go out there and put up our best effort and try to get a win for him.
Does he work much with the outside linebackers, or is he pretty much with the inside guys?
I think he's with the inside linebackers the majority of the time. Yeah.
What's the preparation like for a guy like Tua, and also knowing that it could be multiple guys, just knowing how that quarterback situation has kind of been with the injury and just kind of a bunch of different options?
I think it's preparing, watching their overall offense. You know what I mean? Because no matter who the quarterback is in there, you get a feel for what they want to do schematically and things like that. But we know Tua is something that makes the offense go. You can tell it in their first 3 games, and so making sure we do a good job of going back to the games that he did play in and making sure we're ready for him too.
Different, trying not to let a guy go to his left. Usually that's kind of what you want him to do, right?
Yes, it's a little different. Like you said, it's not many left-handed quarterbacks in the league, so I mean it's a different dynamic. But rushing the quarterback is rushing the quarterback, so we definitely want to get out there.
Put the ball in a different place.
Exactly.
You stay on the same side, or do you guys switch it up at all?
You'll see on Sunday.